Our journey begins at the Iron Spire, a solitary lighthouse battered by the raging North Sea. Up here high, above the waves, lives Mika, the island's keeper. Her duty is the light, a constant defense against the sea and its ancient mysteries. The fog often brings a chill that promises something more than just weather. For the fisherman below the sea is a harsh mistress demanding constant respect. But there are things far deeper than the nets, things feared since the first tide. Mika knows the signs, and this fog has a distinct, cold scent. The azure scale, the sea dragon, is surfacing, closer than ever before. Fear is a poor lens, and Mika must look beyond it. The dragon's movement sends tremors through the water, threatening the nearby ships. She rushes to the island's dock carrying the one thing forbidden to touch the sea. Inside is the relic of the first keepers, a bell, cast from pure bronze, said to quiet the sea. Out on the dark, the wind tried to tear the light from her. The dragon rises, a colossal, serpentine body draped in blue, like a true apex of the waves. Its eyes held no anger, only a profound oceanic sorrow. Mika realized the old stories were wrong. The dragon was not summoned by fire, but by something far simpler. She pulled out the bronze bell, a thing heavy with history and silence. It seemed to wait, observing her, offering. The light of the spire offered clarity to the confrontation. Its true size was breathtaking and humbling. The purpose of the bell was clear: to strike it and disperse the danger. But an old, forgotten inscription caught her eye, not for warning, but for welcome. It wasn't a weapon. It was an invitation. Instead of striking it, she simply offered the bell to the creature of the depths. The massive head moved with a gentleness that betrayed its power. The ancient bronze sank without a sound, accepted into the dragon's realm. It did not consume the offering, but embraced it, circling the symbol of friendship. The storm did not break. The dragon did not roar. All that passed was a profound silence. Slowly, the colossal creature descended back into the deep. With its departure, the terrifying turbulence ceased. Only one iridescent scale remained on the dock, a final, beautiful token of their meeting. It was cold, smooth, and pulsed with a faint inner light. Back in her cottage, Mika studied the gift, understanding its deep significance. Her telescope, the symbol of her watch, was being prepared for a new kind of duty. The scale now rested in the brass cap, a talisman of trust and communication. The dawn brought a calm the fishermen had not seen in years. The villagers now approached their work with a quiet confidence. She looked for the rhythmic pattern that told her the dragon was near. It was a silent conversation between the tower and the deep. It was a silent conversation between the tower and the deep. The nighttime watch was never lonely again. She read the forgotten texts, learning of the dragon's purpose. The azure scale was not a destroyer, but a sculptor of currents, steering the dangerous tides. Mika left small tokens of friendship on the dock, gifts of the land to the sea. And every morning, the small offerings would vanish. Mika's own life began to suddenly incorporate the dragon's colors. But the greatest storm of the season began to brew, testing the newfound peace. She knew this was a challenge too great for the lighthouse beam alone. She saw the dragon was fighting the rogue currents, striving to protect the fishing grounds. Mika understood they had to work together. She sped up the beam, flashing a rapid, non-standard sequence, a signal. The spire spoke a new language of warning and cooperation. The dragon saw the pattern, the intelligent mind behind the being. The fishermen, seeing the irregular signal, immediately steered their boats toward harbor. Responding to the light, the dragon used its power to carve a temporary channel of safety near the shore. The grateful ships raced through the eye of the storm. Her strength was spent, but the fishermen were safe. The dragon took the blow, its scales shimmering as it absorbed the chaotic power of the sea. They knew it was not just the light that had saved them. As the storm subsided, Mika returned to her quiet watch. She spotted her exhausted partner resting after the battle. A shared victory needed no words. The morning brought a profound and lasting serenity. The villagers now viewed the lighthouse with deeper gratitude. They left an offering on the dock, a tribute to the unseen protector. Mika saw the offering, a sign that the villagers too understood. She knew where the true tribute belonged. The scale was placed next to the fish, land and sea, sharing their gifts. The dragon accepted the offering of gratitude. A silent pact, sealed with a scale and a sacrifice. The great azure scale returned to its dominion. Mika's watch had changed forever. The light was no longer just a barrier, but a voice of friendship. The fishermen worked in harmony with the tides the dragon sculpted. Mika still signaled, but now Her beams carried respect and gratitude. The dragon swam, untroubled, secure in its acknowledged purpose. Each sunset promised a peaceful night. She keeps the telescope ready, carrying a small, carved symbol of her commitment. The old box remains, but its mission is fulfilled. The light of the iron spire serves as a guide for all sailors. The mechanism works tirelessly, a steady, constant heartbeat. The isolated tower had become a home, a place of growth and acceptance. Even the great leviathans of the sea now passed without fear. For the dragon was the true keeper of the deep migration paths. Mika saw the sign of the partnership, knowing the balance held true. The lighthouse was more than stone. It was a connection. The greatest peace is found when fear is replaced by knowledge. A quiet presence still keeps watch beneath the glassy surface. Mika understood the language of the sea perfectly. The light turns on, beginning its familiar, comforting rhythm. The deep sees the light, and the light understands the deep. The keeper's solitude was gone, replaced by partnership. And so the tower stood, a beacon not of fear, but of true fellowship. The great sea dragon sleeps soundly below. Her night's watch was over. The light left to spin its silent song. The spire sends its light across the world's most peaceful sea. A small shining talisman kept the promises made between land and legend. And the sea, once a source of terror, now protects the tower, forever guarded by the light and the azure scale. Some monsters are only guardians who have yet to be introduced. The story of the light and the deep